Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to go over some Q&A. So let's get started. So I thought I would just go over some questions that people have been asking from my videos, and the only reason why I'm doing it in like a video form is because some of these questions require a longer response, and it would just be easier if I were to just do a video of it rather than type it all out. And those who are new viewers can also see what the question is, and maybe it'll help them as well. So I'm just going to go over some of the Q&As. I'm also going to probably go over some comments that were made about the video, and just kind of address all of those, because I know I've been slacking on that. I have not been responding lately to these comments, so I apologize for that. And I'm hoping to kind of make up for it and answer most of these questions in this video. And for those who do ask these questions, I really appreciate it, and thank you very much for taking the time to ask them. So with that, I'm gonna get started. So the first one is, nice video, where are you from? I have done a Bachelor of Science Computer Science. Please tell me about CS scope. Now, if you are a new viewer, which I'm assuming you might be, I did address this question, what exactly computer science is, but I didn't do an entire video dedicated to computer science. I compared it to computer engineering. But you could click up here to the top right and go to that video, because that's where I have all the information about the differences between computer engineering and computer science. I could make a separate video of that, but if you want me to, let me know in the comments and I'll do that. So the next one, I'm going to kind of paraphrase a bit, because I don't know if I understand exactly what they're saying, but I'm just going to put into words what I think that they're saying. I would like to know if computer engineering / IT students can work as a core hardware field like electronics, mechatronics, robotics. I'm not talking about coding related work for the above field. Please do reply. So what I think they're asking is, they want to know if computer engineering students or IT students can work in those fields and not just computer science. So computer science it's very involved in coding. And so to answer that question, it depends. It really does depend on what your degree is in. If you are majoring in computer engineering, you'll most likely be able to major in maybe robotics, or have a specialty in robotics and be an engineer in that field. But if you really want to go into electronics or something of that sort, I think electrical engineering would be the best bet in you getting that career or the job in that field. However, IT, you might also be able to, it's just that you won't have the necessary education. I think you would at least need a bachelor's degree. And if you decide to go down the IT route, you can probably graduate with an associate's degree. However, I don't know if that would be enough for getting into the mechatronics, electronics area, or robotics. I think you would need a higher education, like a bachelor's or maybe even a master's degree. Again, I'm not too familiar with those areas, but at the very least, I think computer engineering, you might have a chance with robotics. The other two, not so much. I think your best bet would be electrical engineering. Next question is, can you please recommend computer science books? So I don't have any knowledge about computer science. I didn't major in this degree, so that's why I haven't made a video about it. But I could definitely do some research and figure out what would be the best books for computer science students. I'm assuming a lot of them would be code related, like Python for beginners, C++ for beginners, how to compile and run your code in GNU. Other than that, I think the similarities between computer engineering and computer science books would probably be like algorithms, trying to optimize the code performance, making it run faster, lower overhead, all of those things I think would probably all be part of like a good computer science book. Sorry, I don't know much about that. Again, I didn't major in computer science, I majored in computer engineering, and that's a lot closer to electrical engineering. The next question is, how would you know you're knowledgeable enough to get an internship as a freshman? That is a great question. You really don't know. Ultimately, you just have to go and apply. I think getting an internship in an area that you think you'll find interesting is your best bet. Now, whether you have the amount of knowledge or skill, I don't think that matters, because that's the whole point of the internship. It's so that you learn that skill, or you learn how to further develop your skills in that area. Internships are for teaching students and teaching others how to do that certain project or do that certain work. So at the very least, if you are currently a freshman and you want to get an internship, I think you can just apply and just really emphasize what you are good at. Are you good at doing math? In high school, what were you really good at? What subject? And were you good at communicating with others? That would even be important as an intern, because they want you to be able to work with the other engineers in that area, or the other colleagues or your mentors, whoever they are. They want you to be able to be very cooperative, team oriented, and they also want someone who's a hard worker. So if you're even willing to demonstrate different scenarios where you may not have known anything about a project that you were working on or you're currently working on, but you're working through it, you're understanding it, you're showing that you're learning and that you actually were able to complete it even though you didn't know anything before. So just being able to show that stuff and show that you're a quick learner, you're a hard worker, all of those core characteristics are what they're really looking for when it comes to an internship. And so the next question is from the same person. What career path are you going to take? So if you haven't seen my previous videos, I did say that I majored in computer engineering. I also got a master's degree in computer engineering, and currently I'm working as a computer scientist, but it is very similar to what I had learned in college. It's just a lot more coding than anything else, and I'm more in the Linux environment, learning how to code in Bash, C++, Python, and learning how to manage and run jobs on a HPC operating system. So all of those things are just part of what my job entails. My title is computer scientist, but I do a mix of both computer science and computer engineering work. Now, this is a comment about the day in the life that I did, the video. I'll put it right here. This is a day in the life, and you just talk in your car. Wow, amazing. Yes, I know. I thought about that too, which is why I was reluctant to post it to begin with. I was thinking, wow, what's the point of posting it? I'm just going to be talking and then having my salad, and then, when I wake up, my morning routine, there's really nothing that shows what I did. However, I still wanted to post something because I think it would still be good to know, oh, this person worked this many hours and then they're doing this afterwards, or they don't have time to do this because they were working. So I still decided to post it, and yeah, it wasn't the best video, so I'm thinking about updating it, doing a newer one. That has me working from home, because at the time I was still an intern and I was going into the office, so I was on site. And the main reason why I wasn't able to actually record myself doing any work is because they didn't allow any personal devices or any Bluetooth devices, anything. You were not allowed to take in your phone, your Apple Watch, headphones that were wireless, anything that required, a Bluetooth connection, you were not allowed to take those in. So that's the main reason why I was not able to record. And at the time, I didn't have a camera, like an actual like one of those professional cameras. I just had my phone to record those videos. So I couldn't do it. At the time, I just could not record myself doing that because I wasn't even allowed to take my phone inside. I apologize for not showing more in that video, and I do wish I did. But again, I will probably update the video, and it won't be nearly as eventful because I'm just going to probably wake up and then walk to the desk that's in my room right here. And it's just gonna be very uneventful, probably just me staring at the screen. But if you guys still wanna see that and you wanna see more about what I do basically throughout the day, then let me know in the comments down below and I'll definitely update that video. So we have another question. Do software developers have to get certificates after graduation, or does it depend on your career? I heard people in cybersecurity have to get different certifications even after they graduated so they can keep up with technology that's advancing. Okay, that's a good question. No, short and sweet, no. You don't need any sort of certificates after graduation, at least I didn't. I think it really depends on where you decide to get your career, what company you decide to work for, because maybe some of them do require that kind of stuff. Cybersecurity, I do see why you'd probably need a certificate, because there are new things that are being created and new ways to hack into a system, and so you want to be able to keep up to date with that. And so that's more important than computer engineering, where you're just maintaining or updating the hardware or software. It's not critically important that it needs to be up to date. It's preferable, but it's not majorly important. If you don't update it, it's not like you're any more prone to getting attacked than you are with cybersecurity, where if you're not protected, if it's not the same kind of protection and updated protection, then you could get hacked, and that's not a good thing. So no. Short and sweet, no, you don't need any certificates. Now, of course, you could always go get certificates if you want. And if you are looking at a cybersecurity job, see what the requirements are. See if you really do need to get certificates, or you do need to have an updated profile and show that you have experience in the most recent changes in society, basically, for cybersecurity. So it really just depends. But short and sweet, no, you don't need it for computer engineering, and just check to see if you'll need it if you are in cybersecurity. Now here's a comment that is from the setup that I did, a video of the setup. I'll put it right here. I showed you guys basically what I have. I have 2 monitors, HP desktop, and then a keyboard with a mouse, and just a basic thing with a desk. Nothing too fancy. Someone said, I suggest a new chair, desk, monitor setup, a good lamp, a headset upgrade, clean up those cables on the floor, and put your new desk in the front of the window to reduce glare. Having your keyboard and mouse right next to each other is more efficient than having them apart, and your neck will thank you. Some nice big plants or smaller ones on your new desk. Check out some videos on home offices to get ideas for a better flow in that room. It looks so dismal and claustrophobic. Not trashing your setup, okay? Just making suggestions. It can make working at home even better. So yeah, I agree. My desk setup is not the best, but that's not the point. The point was to show you what you really need, the essentials of being a computer engineer, working from home. It doesn't have to be all fancy. I don't need those plants. I don't really care to have those plants. I do not have a green thumb. If I had real plants, they would die in probably a week. I've had previously I've had like fish and hamsters. They've all died on me. So having plants, that would not work, and I also don't really like them. I feel like it's just very distracting to have all these other things, and my room in general, all the walls are plain white. I just have like probably 2 mirrors and then a rack for like holding my bags and various things like that. And now when it comes to the headset and all those other things that have wires, those are required by my job. Again, this is a job where I can't have anything Bluetooth that's even at my own home. I know that I could clean up the cables. I just don't care to. It doesn't bother me, and it may seem claustrophobic, but in reality, it's really not. It's so different from a video versus in person. In person, it doesn't feel claustrophobic at all because I have so much space behind me, behind the chair, and then I have high ceilings, so it just doesn't feel claustrophobic to me. The other thing that they said was I could move it in front of the window, and yes, that's true, I could move in front of the window. I just choose not to because I like to go and open the window, and if I have my desk in front of it, it'd be really hard for me to go over, open the window, or close and open the blinds that I have. So I just choose to have it over there against the wall. It's just easier that way. Yeah, I could do better. I could make it look really nice and fancy, but I just choose not to, and I think the whole point of the video was to just show you what you need if you decide to work from home. And then from there, you could put your own style on it. You could make it fancy. You could add those plants and all of those things. Now, the next question is, so you transferred to UNM after your first year? Yes, I did. I was born and raised in New Mexico, and for my freshman year, I decided to go to Arizona for school. And I went to ASU for my freshman years. However, after that, I realized just how expensive it was. It was just like 30 grand a year, and it was way too much. It just wasn't worth it. So I decided to come back and started to go to UNM from sophomore year on. The next one is, which is best, computer engineering or information technology? That really just depends. I personally think computer engineering is better because you can get a bachelor's degree, and with that bachelor's degree, you can get a higher salary when you first start. Now, information technology, you'll only need an associate's degree, so there's that benefit. However, you won't be getting a higher salary when you first start out. You're probably getting maybe 70K. It's still pretty good. It's way better than the average, but when you're comparing it to computer engineering, I still think computer engineering is better. Also with computer engineering, you have the choice to have an emphasis in the software track or the hardware track. And the software track is more geared towards like computer science of things, so you have more coding and more software work involved, whereas the hardware track, it's more towards the electrical engineering side of things, so it's more of like the hands-on type stuff. You're building like the microprocessor, a circuit board, or you're trying to understand how to communicate with a hardware, with a device, and being able to make it do certain things. So that's just all part of, computer engineering. But the only, downside is you have to go to school longer for that, but you only need to get your bachelor's. You don't have to go for your master's or your PhD. That's just a preference. And you'll still start out probably in the 90, maybe 100K range, depending on where you live. However, one could argue that if you are in information technology, you can work your way up for those next 2 years instead of going to school for a bachelor's degree. And yeah, that's true, but you would also have to find a company who would be willing to pay you like a 20 or 30K increase in the next 2 years just to match that of someone who just graduated from computer engineering. But then again, you do gain experience. So it's ultimately a personal preference thing. But for me, both fields are better than neither. So this person commented on a video, I'll put it right here, I don't remember the name. I'm concerned about the math part of it. I've never been very successful in math, but I also feel like I can learn anything. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not good at math, that's great. I mean, that's okay. You don't have to be great at it. I think I mentioned in the video that I was decent at it, I was okay, and I was familiar with it, and that's why I decided to major in computer engineering. But yeah, you don't have to be very good at it. Saying that you can learn anything, that's great. That's the whole point of it. Engineers are basically those who learn how to solve any problem. And the whole point of getting a degree in that is so that you learn how to fix problems. So it's all just a learning process. No engineer really knows what they're doing or what the problem is or how to solve it. And that's why they're so valuable, is because they were taught how to learn how to solve something, how to learn how to break down a problem into smaller bites so that they can slowly fix it or find a solution to it. So if you don't know math, but you're willing to learn, that's all that matters. You're fine. You can still major in engineering. It's great. That's actually a good thing because you're open-minded. You're willing to put yourself out there. So that's good. Have you done any certification courses? If so, which ones? I have not done any certification courses. I don't think I'll need to do any. Because of that, I don't really know much about that. So if you're someone who is looking to get a certification course, I suggest probably Google, or I could make a video about that as well. Just let me know in the comments. Next one is, thank you for the video. What path do you choose to go down for employment? So I answered that previously. It is computer science / computer engineering. You can always just click back to that previous question. How to cheat? Yeah, that's a good question. I think you can cheat by not letting the professor see you. That's the best way to cheat. Honestly, cheating is something that I think everyone does, so I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. If you're someone who's cheated before, that's okay. I know I've done it multiple times, but what's really kind of helped me, not really cheat, but I want to say advance my grade, was to just be really good friends with the TA because they've taken those courses previously in previous years, and they most likely have the tests as well as the test answers. And then maybe you could ask them, hey, what's this right here? Or hey, am I close to the answer? That's one suggestion. Another one to help you improve your grade is to get a note card that has a bunch of questions and answers that you've written out. And when the professor's not looking or decides to glance away, you could probably glance at it by maybe sliding it from underneath your notebook, or maybe you have it in your backpack, act like you're getting your pencil. Those are the various things that you could do to help you improve your grade during test time. Next question is, what is your IG handle? Can we follow you? Yes, you can. And I'll put it right here. The only reason why I don't really post about it or say anything about it is because I'm not very active on that account. And I think I only have like one post on there, and that was from maybe a year ago or 2 years ago. That's something I'm gonna try doing further on, is to post more on my Instagram. So if you guys have any ideas on what I should post or would be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely start doing that. Didn't you do digital electronics? No, I didn't. I never once did digital electronics. I don't think I ever said I did. The only thing that was close to it was a course that was digital electronics, but other than that, I didn't major in that or have a emphasis in that area. So I really don't know much about it. I just took a class here and there. So if I did say that, or if it was misinterpreted, yeah, sorry about that. No, I didn't. I majored in computer engineering. I am binging your content at the moment, and it's fantastic. Thank you for all the helpful information. Well, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you find it helpful. Hello, I'm a junior computer engineering student. If possible, can you make a video about the computer engineering specialty fields, such as AI or hardware systems? Thank you. Yes, I can. In fact, I do have a video that's similar to that. I'll put it right here that you could watch, but I can make another one that really goes into the nitty-gritty of the different fields that you could get an emphasis in for computer engineering. But the main ones are basically hardware and software, and you can go further into those tracks and see what exactly in hardware track do you want to get your emphasis in, and what exactly in the software track do you want to get your emphasis in. Do you want to learn more about like the cloud computing, or for the hardware track, do you want to learn more about circuits or something like that? So I could definitely make a video about that goes into detail about the hardware and software tracks. And so the last one is, I'd like to see more day in the life videos of yourself. Okay, great. That's actually good to know. So I'll make more videos of that. Just be prepared. It's not going to be very interesting. I will be sitting over there staring at my screen. I might show you guys some code that I'm working on here and there. But the majority of the time, my day in the life is literally wake up, brush my teeth, work out, sit down, do work, eat lunch, do work, and then watch TV and go to bed. I mean, that's the basic summary of it, but I'll show you guys basically what I'm doing though during the work time here and there. So again, let me know in the comments if you actually want to see another day in the life video. I hope you guys like this video. I know this video was really long, but I hope you found it helpful, and I hope I answered most of the questions. And again, I'm sorry for not replying in the comments, but I really hope this video helped answer some of the questions that you guys had. But yeah, hope you guys like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye.